Hi everyone, welcome. Welcome to our live stream and our clinic for Mahjong. I'm going to go through a few things before we get into playing on I Love Maj. So if you want to get in contact with me, please connect with me via email at mahjongclass@yahoo.com, or you can contact me on Instagram, Facebook, or here on my YouTube channel. I'm always here on Tuesday evenings live. Tonight we're going to go over the new card. We're specifically discussing the section of 369, and each clinic I am taking apart the card and teaching you the categories. So check out my past clinics for the other categories, the other ones prior to this. There are 10 categories. I think we've gone through 7 of them because this would be our 8th, and then we have still quints and singles and pairs. If you're also interested, I have a workshop to learn the new card. You can contact me. I do that virtually or in person if you're in Monmouth and Ocean County. I have worksheets on my website about the new card that you can purchase for a small fee. And then also you can learn the new card by just clicking on videos that I have a whole series, a playlist for learning the new card, as well as these clinics. You should maybe click through and look at them. Tonight, we're going to talk about 369. So welcome, everybody. I'm not sure who's on here, but we have a few people on here. Welcome. You can type in the chat if you have any questions. We're going to go through the category of 369 and discuss the different aspects of it. So I'm trying to keep the format the same from week to week. I started this maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, and these are some of the questions that we go through. I'm not sure I did it on everyone, but I tried to going forward. I kind of like it for myself to keep it a little structured. So the first thing I always do when I get the new card, and you can do this for every section, is you want to look over the carryover hands from the previous year. In 369, unfortunately, there was no carryover hands. In the other categories there were, but not in 369. And I'm just going to stick with 369 tonight. The second question, or something to look at, is the concealed hand. So 369 does have a concealed hand, so I suggest you highlighting it with a Sharpie highlighter, not a regular highlighter. A regular highlighter will be smudged because this card is kind of plasticky. So if you use a Sharpie though, it won't smudge. And also if you don't want to highlight the whole hand for concealed, you can just put a C on the far left. And concealed just means simply you're not allowed to call for any tile except your last tile for Mahjong. Then with that concealed hand, I wanted you to look at the pattern. We started talking about patterns a little bit. The concealed hand is 4 pungs and 2 singles, is the same pattern as the concealed hand in 13579. And I should have mentioned at the very top of this, if you have your 2022 card, you should have grabbed it, and you should be sitting it with you in front of you so that you can see what I'm talking about. But again, the 369 concealed hand is the exact same pattern as the 13579 concealed hand. Then you want to look at different patterns. So we started talking about the 3-4-3-4 pattern, which is pung kong pung kong, and that is line number 1 in the 369. So it's a good pattern to learn because it's all over the card, and you can remember how the setup is for the line. The next one's called a staircase pattern, and that shows up in the third line. It's 2 pairs, 2 triples, and then a Kong. So you're like double stepping up the stairs. So that's another pattern that people can see. And the other one is called a knitted hand. It is the only hand on this card this year, and it's very unusual for us to have this type of pattern. The knitted hand has been on cards previously in different categories, and the reason why it's knitted, it is not matching colors next to each other. It changes colors. So if you look at line number 6, that is a knitted hand. So, and knitting, if anybody knits out there, and it would be, knit, purl, knit, purl. So it's like intertwining. And so that's line number 6. So that's the pattern there. And let's see what else I can tell you. Again, that's one of its kind on this card. There is no other knit pattern on the card. We can talk about dragons now. Dragons are all over the card. In this category, we have two types of dragons. We have opposite dragons and matching dragons. In that knitted hand, line number 6 that we were just talking about, that is actually a matching dragon to the pung of 6s in the middle. So even though they're not next to each other, they're separated, it's still a matching dragon because the colors are the same. And in line number 4, we have double pungs of dragons, and those are opposite. So whatever suit you use at the beginning for the pair of 3s, pairs of 6s, and pairs of 9s, you're going to use the opposite suits, the unused suit for those dragons. If you have any questions about any of this, you can pop it in the chat. And welcome everybody again who came in a few minutes late. With that, I don't know if anybody noticed, it's 4 pairs. It's a pair of flowers, pair of 3s, pair of 6s, pairs of 9s. It's crazy, right? To get 4 pairs. I don't know. That seems a little tough for me. I don't think I played that one yet. But maybe we'll do tonight. Maybe they'll give us that opportunity to play 4 pairs. I would not play that unless I had at least 2 pairs and the singles of each of the other ones going into it. It takes a lot to get those pairs. Where else do you see double pungs of dragons? So if you want to put that in the chat, I would love to have that interaction. So we're looking to see where else would you find double pungs of dragons. They're in other categories. I just want you to be aware of where they are. Okay, double pungs of dragons can be found in 369, line number 4, and also in Winds and Dragons, line number 3, and in 2023, line number 3. So don't forget where you can use them so that you can move around the card. If you have lots of dragons, you have a couple places where you can use them. I should mention, we keep forgetting all the time about singles and pairs. There's a 369 hand in there, line number 3. That's a good hand to include in your 369 category. So there's 7 hands in 369. With the additional one from singles and pairs, you have 8 hands to choose from. So don't forget to look there. Take a look at line number 5. It says 369 with 3s and 3s. Don't forget to look at the parentheses. They help you a ton in building the hand. They're giving you 3 additional ways to build it. You can, if you don't have 3s in your hand, you can use like kongs of 6s and 6s or 9s and 9s. They must be the same, and they have to be different suits from your 369 in the beginning. You can't change 369 in the beginning. Also, in the concealed hand, there's like pungs of 9s, which is a great thing where you can switch hands. If you're playing that hand and you have 9s and 9s, you might want to go over to any like numbers, or if you have 3s and 3s and you pick up some more 3s, you can go to any like numbers and you can play either the top hand or the closed hand. The most used number this year is the number 3, and that's for pungs and kongs, and 6s is for singles and pairs, meaning that it would be a challenge for you to maybe play this category a little bit because so many people are looking for 6s and 3s. So you have less success in playing the category. I don't know if it's how much that holds true. It depends on what everybody else is playing. So just keep it in mind, though, 3s and 6s are a popular number this year. And just be careful if you're trying to get a single or a pair of it. You might not because somebody else could be playing it. It's the most popular numbers. And as I already mentioned, the one category 369 is in is singles and pairs, but there is one more category that you could use the 3s, 6s in. not nines, but 3 and 6s. And that would be the third line in the addition hand. So don't forget about that either. You would use Kongs and Kongs of 3s with a Kong of 6s. Hi, Laura. Welcome. Laura's giving a nice little tip. She said line number 5 would be a good one to try to confuse other players because you're putting up the Kongs of 3s, Laura. Is that why? Because you can use Kongs of 3s in any like numbers, or Kongs of 6s, or Kongs of 9s. And so people might think you're playing any like numbers. I think that's what you mean, Laura, that people would think you're playing a different hand. Yep, I would agree. So that's a nice hand to play. Okay, let's move on. And I wanted to mention that we are going to play on I Love Maj tonight. And I'm going to pop in the chat to upgrade your 2-week trial to 3 weeks. I'm putting in the chat the code CB, and you can try that out for 3 weeks and instead of 2. So just use the code CB or click on the link in the chat. Yes, Laura's confirming that it was any like numbers that she was speaking of and playing 3, 6, 9, line number 5. Thanks, Laura. And so hope you'll try I Love Maj. I love it. It's such a great site, and I especially like it to practice on and to really get up to speed in the card. The other thing I wanted to share with you is next week we just went over 3, 6, 9 category. Next week we'll be going over quints and singles and pairs. So we're almost done with the card. So I'm obviously going to be on here every Tuesday, so we'll have to see what's in store in 2 weeks, what I bring up and talk about. But make sure you subscribe and join and click on all so that you get notification when I go on live. So we'll talk about singles and pairs and quints next week. Thank you for supporting me, and the easiest way you can support me for free is sharing with your friends the video by clicking on the share button and giving me a thumbs up, or be part of the chat and chat while we're online, and also put in comments. And thank you for those who have given monetary donations and been a super supporter. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And every Tuesday at 1 o'clock, you can join us on I Love Maj, and we play live together. And I'm often on there playing with fellow Mahjong friends. And so you can join and play with me at 1 o'clock every Tuesday. And then also on Tuesdays, as you are on here tonight, is my clinic where we go over different things related to Mahjong. So we're going to pop on over to I Love Maj, and we're going to go ahead and start playing on there. And one of the things that you want to keep track of, you're going to go to My Groups, and you can find a group you're going to click on to find Mahjong class. And that's how you find me on Tuesdays at 1 o'clock. You're going to have to register in the group, and then register for the class. So let's do play. We're going to do game launch. And we're going to go down to the exercise room, and we're going to make a hand. We're going to do sequential order, start exercise. And we're going to move to change the section, and we're going to just do the 3, 6, 9 section tonight. So I like going through the section and practicing for 2 reasons. It gets my head around, it's like a warm-up. It gets my head around the category and what things I'm looking for and the different hands. And it's also good to help people, not only new people, but seasoned players, just to remind you of certain rules. And I love sharing with new people how the process works. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the first hand in 3, 6, 9. And as we said, this is that pattern this year. It's pung, kong, pung, kong. And pung simply means three of a kind, same number, same suit. And kong means 4 of a kind, same number, same suit. Where the color matches, we must use the same suit. Where it changes colors, we change suits. So this is 2 colors. That means we have to use 2 suits, and we have 3 suits to choose from. Tonight I'm going to start the 3s with cracks, and we're going to have 3 cracks. In the 3 cracks, if we wanted to, we could use 3 jokers, up to 3 jokers. We could just use 1 if we wanted, or again, up to 3 jokers. Since we used cracks for our 3s, we're going to use cracks for our 6s because the color matches here. We need a Kong of 6s, and in a Kong, you can use up to 4 jokers. So I'm going to back this out, and I'm going to use 2 jokers just to show you, and then another 6. Make sure you hug your jokers. I said give them a little love. We love our jokers, and that means put them within the grouping, because if the joker was on the other side here, you would not know which grouping it belonged to. Would it belong to the 3 cracks or the 6s? So make sure you hug your jokers. I have a whole video on that I posted about hugging jokers if you want to check it out. The color changes now, and now we're going to go into the 6s, and we have to change suits. The 2 suits we didn't use are BAMs and dots. Let's use dots, and we need the number 6. Then we continue with the same suit because it's the same color, but now we need a Kong of 9s, 4 of a kind, and so we're doing 9s in dots. Click Validate. We go on to the next hand, which is line number 2. When it's all one color, now flowers are not a suit, they will always be in blue, but the rest of it is all one color. We get to choose any suit of our choice. So in this one, we need 4 flowers. And in flowers, since there's more than 2, remember with a pair, we can't use jokers. We can use up to 4 jokers with a Kong of any 4 of a kind. So here we could use 4 jokers. Now we need a Kong of 3s. So I'm going to use the BAM suit, and I'm going to do 4 of them for a Kong. I could use up to 4 jokers here. Then I have to use a pair of 6s. No jokers in a pair. And because it's all the same color, I have to continue with the suit. So I'm going to use 4 9s in BAMs. And I could use up to 4 jokers. This time I'm just going to use 3. This one is the same line number 2, but the B side of it. And now if you look at it, flowers is not a color. They're just general. There's 3 colors, so we have to use all 3 suits. So I need 4 flowers. Let's use some jokers this time. Then I need a Kong of 3s. Let's do 3 dots. I need 4. In my pair of 6s, I have to change the suit because it changes color. And so I'm going to do 6s in BAMs. Then it changes color again. We use dots, we use BAMs. The last suit is cracks. And I can use the 9s, and I'm going to use 1 joker. We can use up to 4. And you click Validate. We're on line number 3. Again, it's 3 colors, 3 suits. Let's start it with cracks, pair of 6s, no jokers in either, a Kong of 3s, a Pong of 3s, a Pong of 6s in the same suit, and a Kong of 9s. And that has to be in our final suit of dots. Next hand. This one has 4 pairs in it. Like I said, this will be interesting trying to play this hand. No jokers with the flowers, the 3s, a pair of 6s, and a pair of 9s. Now we have to use the dragons that are opposite. So we already used the dot suit. The opposite dragons would be for the BAMs and cracks, which are the green and red dragon. We need 3 red dragons. We can use jokers. We can use up to 3. and we need 3 green dragons. And we click validate. This hand is 3 colors, 3 suits. The 3, 6, 9 must be made in 1 suit, 3, a single 3, a pair of 6s, and a pung of 9s. In the 3 and 6, no jokers. In the pung of 9s, you can use up to 3 jokers. Let's do that. We'll make that our 3 jokers. And then you have to have 3s at the next grouping. They can be 3s, 6s, or 9s. I'm going to make them with 6s, and we already used cracks, so we need to use dots and bams. And I'm going to make a Kong of 6s in dots, and this is good because your brain wants to put 3s because that's what's there. Now you're telling it doesn't have to be 3s. We're going to make it with 6s. Validate. Now we're on to line number 6, and this is that knitted hand where the 6s and the dragons must be in the same suit, as well as the 3 and 9s have to be in a different suit. Let's do the 3s in dots, and you can use up to 4 jokers there. I'm going to use just 1. In the 6s, we need to change suits now. Let's do bams. Then we have to change suits again. We have to go back to our original suit of dots, and we need a Kong of 9 dots. We can use up to 4 jokers here. And then we have to go back to the suit of 6s. This is really making your brain work. We have to go to the BAM suit, and the matching dragon to the BAMs is the green. We need 3. And in our dragons, we could use 1 joker. And again, make sure you place your jokers within the set. Hug them, give them a little love so that everybody knows where they belong. And validate. We are on our final hand, and this is a concealed or closed hand, meaning you can't call for any part of the hand except your last tile for Mahjong. If you play a closed or concealed hand, you still may do joker exchanges because you're not exposing any part of your hand. You're just exchanging your opponent's joker with a natural tile. So in this hand, again, it's 2 suits. Let's do cracks first. We need a pung, and you can use jokers in here if you want. You don't have to use, even though it's concealed, you can still use jokers. A single 6, because it's the same color, we have to use the same suit, and then we need a pung of 9s. Again, in the 6, no jokers. In the 3 and 9s, you may use jokers up to 3. Change colors. Let's do dots. We need a pung of 3s. A single 6, no joker, and a pung of 9s. This is complete for a concealed hand. When you get your last tile, you can call for it and complete it and call Mahjong. So give this section a try. It's called Make a Hand, and we did sequential order. You can do the whole card and do random order. It will give you in different categories and different hands, or you can do sequential order and pick a specific category you want to go through. But we've done warming up tonight, and let's go to the play with the bots. If you have any questions, please type them in the chat. I'll be more than happy to answer. It does not have to be just on the 369 category. It can be on anything related to Mahjong, of course, or if you have a personal question, I guess I could answer that with limits. We're going to not play a live game because we're giving a clinic. I don't want others coming in, and then we're going to start. Oh, I want to change my timer. You can change your timer to reflect how many seconds you want to make decisions. I'm turning it off because I talk a little bit and I don't want it to steal my tile from me and discard it. We're going to start our game. We're going to sort by suit. And anytime I get a white dragon, I immediately look if I have the components for 2023. I have no 2s. I do have a lot of 3s and 4s. So I'm going to collect the lower numbers and get rid of the upper numbers. I have 3, 4, 3, 4. Maybe we'll get rid of this 1. I picked another 3. I'm going to get rid of my 6s. And I'm going to get rid of this 4. Actually, I could get rid of, I don't like passing 2 6s. I don't think I'm going to play with East. If I play 3, 4, I need matching dragon to it. That's line number 3. It'd be 3, 4 with a matching dragon. Or I could play 3, 4, 3, 4. So let's get rid of this. I guess we will get rid of the 6. Let's see what happens. Oh, I got another dragon, a 9, an East. So let's look in consecutive run. Or I could just play 3s or 4s, but I'm not ready yet to commit to that. I like to use the most of my pairs, and I have 3 and 4 in pairs. But in consecutive run, if I play 3, 4, there is no opposite dragon hand. They're all matching. So I don't need either of these dragons. So I'm going to get rid of one of them. I picked up another 3. So now I have 3, 4, 3, 4. I'm going to continue. I have 3. That was Agatha who stopped it. I do have 3 to pass. We didn't pick up anything, so now we're into the regular play, and prioritize your tiles to what you know you're definitely not going to use versus what maybe you would use, and then other tiles that could move you to a different hand. So I kept the 9 in case we play 3, 6, 9, but we have no 6s. That's a stretch, but it's a better tile to keep than the 8. The 1. I'm just thinking maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm keeping that. So we're going to get rid of the 8 first. So there's our first soap. I'm not going to call it yet. I don't even know what hand I'm playing, but I am going to place a joker there so I'm aware of missing something. Oh boy, they just dumped all those soaps out. I'll place another joker there, but that's probably not a hand I'm going to play because now 2 are out. I don't like using all my jokers. I let the tiles dictate where they want me to play. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 maybe. It's funny how your hand changes so fast. I keep telling, we got another 2, so I'm going to get rid of the green. I tell my students that don't pick a hand right away because then you get so focused on that hand, you don't see other opportunities. You want to use the most of all your tiles. We don't have any new pairs yet, so our biggest pairs are 3, 4. I'm going to get rid of the 2, I think. There's a 3 dot. I'm not ready. I don't know what hand I'm playing. Got a flower. So I have to look a little bit because I'm not sure if I need this 3. There's no, I could play 3, 4, 3, 4. I already get rid of the 4. Oh no, the 2 I got rid of, sorry. I don't think we're going to use this 3, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it. The flowers, I'm not sure what hand we would be playing if we called for that flower. Okay, we got 4s. We can play 1, 2, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think this is going to work. We don't need these 4s. Not playing a wind. There's no winds in consecutive run. It's too bad nobody's calling for those flowers. I would do a nice little swap because I've got flowers I don't think I'm going to use. Picked up a 1. I don't think we're going to end up playing with the white dragon, although there is one more. We could play the closed hand with the white dragon. We could see what happens. Let's get rid of the 4. Oh, we got it. We could try for that closed hand. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4 with dragons. The problem is we don't have any 2s. That's stretching it. But we could still keep going here and see what happens. We can't call for anything because we're playing a concealed hand. There's 1 2 dot. There's another 2 dot out. I don't know if our hand's going to go dead here. Okay, figure out Joe's hand, what he might be playing. With 2 exposures, you can figure it out, and you also can figure out Agatha's hand. Okay, our hand is now not going to happen because the 2 dot just went out. So what hand is Joe playing? It's that pung kong hand. So it's 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, maybe we could play 1, 2, 3, 4. Can we play 1, 2, 3, 4, line number 2? Ones, oh, well, the 2s are out. That's not going to work. I don't think we need these. Let's see if somebody else wants them. If I throw this, I think Joe might need it. Let's not throw it. Joe was playing 5, 6, 7, 8. He wasn't ready to call for the 8s. He didn't have enough. Congratulations to Agatha. She was playing north and south with the pungs of dragons, which we just talked about. Wes was playing, it looks like east and west with 7, 8, 9. I don't know why he was playing that. He didn't have any west, but it's okay. And again, our hand didn't develop quite. I was looking to play initially line number 3, 3, 4 with the dragons, but they threw out 2 dragons right off the bat. And then I was looking to play concealed with the flowers and the 2 dragons, but then all the 2s went out, so we couldn't play that. Shirley, Agatha played east-west dragons line number 3. The right side. No, she played north and south. She played north and south, the left side, with the dragons. It is line number 3, but the left side, north and south. Wes was playing east and west, if that's what you meant. Maybe that's what you meant. I'm sorry if you meant Wes was playing east and west, the right side, 7, 8, 9. Maybe that's what you meant. Okay, so we're going to go on to our next game. Maybe we could do better the next one. I would love to play a 3, 6, 9 hand since we talked about that. No pairs whatsoever. And we have 3, 6, 9. Let's play that. Let's play a 3, 6, 9. So we're keeping all 3 6s and 9s. And we're going to get rid of all the other stuff. Oh boy, we're getting a lot of wins. Maybe we're playing a wind hand. We have a bunch of norths. We have 3, 6, 9. Let's get rid of the red. We're going to continue because I have no idea what hand we're playing. Oh, we could play 3, 6, 9 with 9s. We have 9s and 9s. Oh, we could just play all a 9 hand. Not sure why I'm keeping all these wins. We can play quint. We don't have enough. Let's get rid of this 3. Let's keep all the norths. Let's see what happens. Oh, we got a 6. Let's stay true to 3, 3, 6, 9. Let's start getting rid of these norths and a green dragon. Oh, we're maybe playing all 9s. It's crazy, all these 9s. We have 3 tiles to pass. Green, east, and 7. And I guess in hindsight, I probably should have kept that dragon to play 9s with dragons. But moving on. Prioritize your discards. We don't need any of these in the back end, so we'll get rid of them. I'm going to keep the white. We just have to keep track of our dragons. If we do switch over to a 9 hand, we have to make sure all the dragons aren't out. So 2 green are out. I don't pick a hand until all the tiles are 3, 6, 9. Because I want to use the most of my multiples. Oh, Wes is playing a wind hand. Oh, nobody wants those norths. Oh, maybe we're playing that 3, 6, 9 pair hand with 9s. I'm moving the joker over so I know one of the 9s went out. Oh, that's the second 9 actually. I don't think we're going to use these whites. Two 9s went out. Is there a third 9 out? We could play just all 9s and switch to a like numbers hand. We need another green. We could try that. So let's try that. Can we maintain, or we could play 3, 6, 9, 6, 9. I think I want to switch to a 9s hand. I'm going to get rid of the 6 and the 3. Oh, good thing we didn't play the 3s. They have 3s over here. We need a green. We also need another flower or 2. Oh, we got our flower. Nice. Looking good. Maybe we're playing all nines. So now you have to figure out Agatha's hand. It's pung kong hand of consecutive run. I don't need that 9 band, but I'm going to keep it in case we change hands. Maybe we can change to the flower hand. I know there's only 12 tiles left, but if we could change to the open hand and we could play nines and nines with 4 flowers, if we should get that. Oh, we got another flower. Maybe we'll switch hands now. Because when you switch hands, we're able to call for things. I think all these nines are out. 1, 2, is there another 9? Maybe there's still one more 9. And then we have these nines. This can be our pair. And we need another flower. How many flowers are out? 1, 2, 3. There's only 3 flowers out. I think we'll switch. Oh, wow. It was close. So the green went out, and that's why I switched, because there was only one green left, and we weren't ready to call for Mahjong, so we would have lost the game anyway. I was hoping to maybe get all the nines and maybe a flower. And if we got a joker, we could, use that. So I just thought that was a better opportunity to be able to call for things. Agatha was playing that pung kong hand, and that's the very second hand in consecutive run in 2 different suits. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, they don't have to be 1, 2, 3, 4. They could be 6, 7, 8, 9, or 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever numbers you have in your hand. Joe was playing like numbers with all 2s. He had a nice hand. He was looking for 1 additional 2, either in the 2 dots or the 2 bams. Wes was playing east and west with a south. I'm not sure what he was playing. So he could have been playing, I guess, line number 1. He had no norths, but he kept all the other winds. Not sure what he could be playing. I'm thinking line number 1 would be the only one with 3 east and 3 west. So let's continue, and we have time for more games. God, everybody's quiet tonight. Nobody's chatting with me. We have no pairs, so that's a rough spot to be in. We have 1, 3, 7, 5, 7, 9, 5. Let's play odds. So let's get rid of all our evens. Easy enough. We picked up a 2. Now we have some wins. I suppose we could play 2023, but the problem with 2023 is we have no white. So now you have to decide, are we going to play wins with maybe dragons or a run? So let's keep the upper numbers and get rid of the lower numbers and the odds. We got a 4, a 2. Now we have a 9, 7, 9, 5, 7, 7, 9. Let's get rid of this 9. Now we have a 6. Maybe we could play north and south with a run. Let's continue. I'm going to get rid of the 1, 2, and 5. We picked up an east, a 1, 4, and maybe we can play a run here. Let's get rid of the 7. I think we totally changed all our tiles. 1, 3, and south. We'll keep. We have 3 tiles to pass. So it looks like we're playing some sort of wind hand. But I didn't make a mistake here. I hate getting stuck in the winds. Because you're kind of committed. You can't really move around too much when you have a wind hand. Maybe we could play wind with a run or something. There is the bottom hand where it's 2 different suits, consecutive numbers. Like 6, 7 maybe we can play. Or 6, 7 in one suit or 6, 7 in another. Let's get rid of this 3. Looking for some more pairs to help us move towards where we're playing. Oh boy, we got all these 6, 7s. Don't forget, if you get a 5 crack, you want to do the Joker exchange. Six, 7. Let's get rid of the 9. I'm looking for some kind of pair here. Now we picked up green. We could do north and south with dragons, or actually we could do the winds with 2 different dragons, line number 6. Let's get rid of the 8. Move the Joker over so you know you need it for the 1 red. You need Kongs of them though. Oh, finally a new pair. Let's get rid of this 7. Oh, geez, that was fast. And I gave it to him, bummer. Joe got 5, 7, 7, 9, which is funny because that was the hand we originally were trying to play, but I guess I passed him all those tiles. Wes was playing 1, 2, 3, 4. Consecutive run line number 2, the pung kong pattern, and that's the same that Joe's playing in 579, pung kong. And Agatha's playing. They said 1, 3, 5. Oh, the one with the opposite dragons in the middle. So 5, 7. Green dragon 7, 9. She had no 7s here. She had a long way to go. We were working on possibly playing the bottom hand in Winds and Dragons, which is 3 norths, an east and a west, and 3 souths, with the number maybe 6, 7 or 6, 7. And then I was also looking at the one right above that, line number 6, with the winds with opposite dragons, any 2 dragons. So we had a long way to go. This Joe won his hand pretty quickly. There was lots of tiles left. So let's start our next game. Maybe this will be us. We have 8s. I see maybe high numbers, 6, 7, 8. Let's get rid of the 5, the 1, and this 4. So I'm keeping all the high numbers, 6, 7, 8. So let's get rid of these guys. 6, 7, 8. I'm going to get rid of this 5. Sort by suit again so you can see where you have a whole bunch of 8s. I don't think we're going to be using these winds. 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can play 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe this 6. We have 8, 9. We're going to continue. Oh, now we have 6s. Let's get rid of the south. We have 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to get rid of this 8 and this 9. Seven, 8, 9. But I want to use these 6s. So we're going to do 6, I think I got rid of the wrong 7 here. We could have did 6, 7, 8. Let's get rid of the 5 and this 9. We don't need these 3. We're on our last right. And we don't need these final 3. I'm not sure what hand I'm playing yet. I'm going to let it develop and see where else we get our groupings. One of the sections I keep forgetting about is the additions hand, although 8s aren't in there. Well, there's only one set of 8s, but we don't have the 4s. Don't forget about it, that addition section. I do forget about it a little bit. Maybe we could play 2, 4, 6, 8. We don't need these wins. Getting a lot of 8s. Oh boy, lots of 8s. Maybe we're just playing a 6, 7, 8 hand. We need the 7 crack, which 2 have gone out. Oh, 3 have gone out. That's tough. I wish there was the hand from last year. There was 2, 4, 6, 8 with 6s and 8s in 2 different suits. That's tough, tough, tough. We could play line number 4 and 2, 4, 6, 8, but we don't have any 2s or 4s in the other suit. We could play 6, 7, 8, 9. We could just move to 8s and get rid of these pretty 6s. I don't know if I want to do that. 6, 7, 8, 9. That's going to be rough because we need a Kong of 9s and a Kong of 7s. Maybe we just play flowers with 8s. Let's get rid of the 9. The 2s are out too. I don't think we can play 2, 4, 6, 8 in one suit. Thinking maybe just 8s we're going to play. Oh, too bad there was no jokers here. Thinking I'm just going to be playing 8s. Oh, we got a 4. Oh, I could have played 6, 7, 8. Yeah, but I have all these nice 8s. I'm trying to use all my use of my things here. When you have groupings, you want to use all your groupings. Oh, of course, I got another 7. I can't call for the 8 in the concealed hand if I was playing the concealed hand. If we play 2, 4, 6, 8, we'd have to get rid of all these 8s in dots. And then 8s and 8s in 2 different suits would be line number 2. I don't think we're playing that. Well, there goes all the 2s. Joe's playing 3, 4 consecutive. We can play 6, 7, 8 with dragons, or 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 with dragons, the bottom hand. Or we can go to an 8s hand. Oh, there goes our eights. Oh, I already threw the eight, so that's okay. I think all these sevens. One, two, yeah, all the sevens are out. I have no jokers. Oh, that was a terrible hand. I was thinking of playing like 6, 7, 8, or 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 with the dragons. These eights I probably would get rid of. It was a really tough hand. We never got any twos in the beginning. Agatha was playing 4 flowers, 2, 4, 6, 8, which is line number 1. And then Joe was playing 3, 4, 5, 6. He's missing his 5. Line number 2. And Wes is playing north and south with 1, 2, 3, 4. This was a tough hand. I don't think we had any wins tonight. That's a bummer. I'm so sad. Um, it was terrible. This just didn't come out for me tonight. I thought we could play that bottom hand in consecutive run, or we could have played 6, 7, or 7, 8 with matching dragons. I was looking at any like numbers, but we never got any additional dragons to put with it. So it was a rough game. So we're going to look forward to having you next time and talking about the singles and pairs and quints, and hopefully we'll get a better win. I thank you for spending a little bit of time with me tonight. I hope you got some more insight into the 369 category, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Have a good one, everybody. Good night.